Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm filming my first declutter video, like decluttering my makeup, and today I'm going to be going through all of my eyeshadow palettes and trying to just narrow it down and get rid of some stuff that I don't use. This was really hard for me to do because I love eyeshadows so much, but it feels so good to like get it kind of narrowed down to the things that I know I'm really gonna enjoy, and it'll help me to just like not feel so overwhelmed when I look at my makeup. I did film this on a different day, but yeah, I just wanted to film an intro, so let's just go ahead and get into the decluttering. Okay, so like I told you guys in the intro, today I'm going to be decluttering all of this mess. I'm gonna pull all these out of this drawer and put them here on the floor because I have a whole bunch of other stuff, which is over here on the floor that I had up in like my little clear containers that I have here on my desk. So I think I'm just gonna kind of start in sections. I know straight off the bat that these eyeshadows, Merle Norman sent these to me, and I kind of forgot that I had these in my collection. So I've never used this little trio or this other little trio right here. And they're beautiful eyeshadows, and I know back whenever they sent these to me, other people really loved these, but since I've never used these and obviously I have so many eyeshadows, I'm just gonna give these away to a friend. So I'm just gonna set these over to the side in my giveaway pile. And honestly, like, these are gonna be so hard for me to get rid of because I feel like a lot of these just have a lot of sentimental value to me, even though you can't even buy them anymore. A lot of my Wet n Wild eyeshadows I don't really think I'm going to depart with right now, just because you guys know how I feel about Wet n Wild eyeshadows. So I think pretty much all these trios I'm just going to keep for now. So I'm just going to put all of those over here in my keep pile, which I know it seems like so much I'm keeping. I'm going to keep this little CoverGirl trio that I have right here. This is in Shimmering Sands, and this was the very first like little eyeshadow palette that my mom ever bought me whenever I was in like middle school. So not this exact one, but in the Shimmering Sands. This is a really good just basic eyeshadow trio from the drugstore. It's just a really good one. So yeah, I always have this in my makeup collection, so I'm just gonna set that over to the side. And I'm sorry if like this camera gets out of focus and stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like it's having focusing problems right now. I'm not sure why. Okay, yeah, I meant to pull out the other Wet n Wild eyeshadow. Like these little palettes right here, Wet n Wild, they don't even make this anymore. This little palette in Greed, they don't make this anymore, but this is a really great eyeshadow, like little palette. And this one here, Lust and Greed. So I'm just gonna keep both of these because, you know, love my Wet n Wild eyeshadows. And then I'm gonna keep all these and then keep that one. This Wet n Wild little palette here, this is in The Naked Truth. I never really use this palette very much, so I'm gonna give this one away. And then obviously I'm gonna be keeping my Naked, my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. This is just the original Naked Basics. And then I have these over here, which these, you know, aren't little trios or whatever. And this is really hard for me because especially just the regular, the Nudes palette, I do use this occasionally. I don't use it all the time, but I do really enjoy this palette and I like to kind of save it. Drugstore eyeshadow tutorials. So I think I might keep this one. And honestly, I really like the Blush Nudes. So I think I'm gonna keep both of these. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of decluttering, but right now I'm just gonna hold on to these just because I do enjoy these two palettes. They're good drugstore eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna set those over to the side. Okay, a lot of these little things right here, I have a lot of sentimental value for. Especially some of these ones like this one right here, Cozy Cashmere. Sorry, that was totally out of frame. This one here in Cozy Cashmere, like this, they came out with this. It was a limited edition fall little eyeshadow quad that they came out with in like 2011 or something, kind of back when I first started my YouTube channel. So like this one and this one right here in Olive Martini, like I loved these eyeshadow quads. So I'm definitely not getting rid of these. So I'm gonna set these in my keep pile. These right here, these were also limited edition quads from Maybelline. And I do really enjoy these. Like they have some really beautiful colors in here and they have really great pigmentation. But I think I can depart with these. I don't have as much of a sentimental value to these because those other ones were kind of like my first sort of big eyeshadow tutorials that I did here on YouTube. So I'm gonna get rid of these, give these away. So I'm gonna put these in my giveaway pile. And then this little quad too is from Maybelline and this is in Natural Smokes. And I do really enjoy this palette. This is a really, or this little quad, it is a really nice one. And I know that they've had this one for like a really long time, like in their little collection. But I think I'm gonna depart with this one just because I have so many other colors that are like this. So I'm gonna give this away to somebody. So I'm gonna put that over here in the giveaway pile. And then I'm gonna move on to this stack here. Okay, so I know for sure I'm gonna get rid of these Milani ones. I never use these eyeshadow palettes at all. I only think I used them when I did those makeup tutorials. Like I might have used them a few times after I did makeup tutorials with these, but I never really reached for these. And I mean, for the most part, the eyeshadows are pretty good, but I just have so many other palettes that I like the eyeshadows better. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give these away to somebody. Okay, and then these Maybelline The City Mini palettes, I just got these recently and I really do enjoy these. Like the pigmentation on these are really awesome. So I'm gonna hold on to these. So I'm just gonna sit these over into my keep pile. And then I have these two palettes from CoverGirl, the True Naked. I have the roses and the nudes. And it's really hard for me to figure out if I want to keep or get rid of these. So I'm just going to kind of keep these over to the side for right now and just kind of see what I have left at the end, and maybe that'll help me decide if I'm going to keep or give these away. So I'm just going to kind of set these right here for now. I'm going to move on to this stack of eyeshadow palettes right here. I need to get these out of the way. Those are ones I'm keeping. Scoot those over there. This first one on top is the New York Colors Love Addicts, or I always pronounce that wrong, by Demi. This palette here is a really great dupe to just the original Naked palette. I did a video, like a Save or Splurge video, comparing this one to the actual Naked palette from Urban Decay, the original Naked. So this is them side by side so you can see. And a lot of the shadows are very comparable to the Naked palette. So if you can't afford the Urban Decay Naked palette, or if you don't want to purchase this one, if you don't want to spend that much money, go out to the drugstores and get this one, because this one here by New York Colors I think is around $7 or something. $10, $7. So it's really affordable. So we'll put that in my keep pile. Whoops. Okay, this little... Sorry, I feel like I'm getting all uncomfortable. I'm trying to sit on the floor and do this. Okay, this little e.l.f. palette here, which is the Mad for Matte. And it just looks like this. It does have a lot of really pretty matte eyeshadows in here. And I did enjoy this whenever I did use this palette, but I never ever reach for this. Like the colors in here are really pretty. Like when you swatch them. Sorry, I was totally out of frame. So I don't know. I was thinking I was going to give this away, but after swatching it, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. I'm just going to put this in that same pile with my Maybelline palettes that I couldn't decide if I wanted to keep or give away. So I'm just going to set that over to the side. I think I just never think to use this one because whenever I see it in my collection, you can't see the colors. And so I forget what the colors even look like. But this is a really beautiful matte palette. And I feel like if you were into matte eyeshadows, you would love this. And this was really affordable whenever I bought it. Okay, I know for certain I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't really care for this palette at all. This Wet n Wild Au Naturel palette, and this is a Nude Awakening. The only color that I really care for that much in this palette is this shade right here. It's a beautiful like burgundy berry color, which I find is a really unique shade, but a lot of the other colors in this palette just don't. I mean, these do have decent pigmentation, but some of the other ones, I don't know, like when you swatch it, it does look pretty good, but I don't know. I don't really like this palette that much. I think it's because the shimmery shadows just aren't super shimmery. I don't know. There's just something about this palette. So I'm not going to keep this one. I'm going to give it away. I mean, it's not a horrible palette, but I just have so many other palettes that are a lot better. So I'm just going to give that one away. This one here is the Sleek, I don't know if you can see on there, the Sleek Makeup. And this is the I Divine Oh So Special palette. And that's what the shades look like in here. Now this palette is really pretty. It's another one of those palettes I never reach for because I just have so many palettes in my collection. So I was thinking I was gonna give this one away, but after swatching it, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll keep it. So I'm just gonna put it in that same pile as the other ones. I feel like I'm not getting rid of anything. It's so hard to do declutter. It's so hard to get rid of stuff. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is another one of those palettes I never reach for. And I know that the quality of the eyeshadows are really good. But since I never reach for it, I think I'm just gonna get rid of this one. I know that a lot of people do enjoy the Chocolate Bar palette, but I don't know, like I said, I never really reached for this one and I know I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna give this away to somebody that I know will enjoy it way more than I do. So I'm just gonna set it over to the side. Okay, the Lorac Pro. I know I'm gonna hold on to this one because I do like this palette, even though I don't use it all the time. So I'm just gonna keep this one. It just has some really great neutrals in here and it's just a classic palette. So I'm gonna put that in my keep pile. I know I'm gonna keep this. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, one of my favorites. And then the Too Faced Sweet Peach. You guys know how much I love this palette, so I'm gonna be keeping this one as well. And I apologize if you can hear cars driving by right now. It's a very busy time of day and my street is really busy right now, so. Okay, this is like the next group of palettes we're gonna go through. This one here, which is the SHANXO palette, it has the eyeshadows on one side. This was like her original palette that she created with that SHANXO, Shannon Harris, created with BH Cosmetics. I know that she's come out with another one more recently. And then on this side, it has the lipsticks, which I never really use the lipstick side very much. I mean, you can see like I kind of use this shade, but that's basically it. I do like the shadows on this side. And I know I've never done a tutorial with this, but I do really enjoy it. I just think the reason why I've never done a tutorial is just because she has so many on her channel. But if you would like to see a tutorial with this, let me know, or any of the palettes that I'm showing you guys today that I'm keeping. If you would like to see a tutorial done with those, let me know. But I think I am gonna keep this one. I do enjoy this palette. And obviously I'm gonna be keeping this Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. I just recently purchased this one and it is so beautiful. I still have more tutorials to come with this, especially with some of these really beautiful purple shades. So yeah, if you haven't seen this palette before, and I'm sorry if I'm blocking the lighting, but yeah, it's a gorgeous palette. So pretty. So yeah, I'm keeping that. Okay, these two palettes here, which are the L'Oreal La Palettes. You got the La Palette Nude 1 and the La Palette Nude 2. Sorry if you're seeing my lights reflecting in there. Both of these palettes are actually really nice. Like especially for drugstore palettes, they're really good. I never reach for these, so I'm gonna give both of these away. So I'm just gonna put these over to the side. I mean, they're both beautiful palettes. This one's more of like the cool tones palette, and then the La Palette Nude 1 is more of a warm toned palette. But yeah, I never reach for these, so I'm just gonna set them over to the side. I'm definitely keeping my original Naked palette from Urban Decay. This is just a longtime favorite of mine. I will always have this in my makeup collection, so I'm setting that over to the side. The Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, I do use this one sometimes, and I do enjoy this one more than the original Naked palette. So I think I am gonna hang on to this one for right now, just because I do enjoy this. So if you guys would like to see some tutorials done with this one, please let me know, because I know that I haven't done hardly any tutorials with this. So yeah, I'll just set that over there. And then I'm definitely gonna be keeping the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. Oh, you can see me over there, no makeup. I'm very casual today. Not like my intro. I'm filming my intro on a separate day than this. But yeah, this is just a classic palette, and this is another one that I will always have in my collection. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that. And then I just got this one not too long ago, I think like a couple years ago, or maybe I've had it for a year. This is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm gonna keep this one as well, because I do enjoy this one, and it's a very nice palette. So the colors are really nicely pigmented and everything, so I'm gonna keep that one. This next section right here, this is a lot of like my really, really big eyeshadow palettes, except for this one right here. This is the BH Cosmetics Bronze Paradise palette, and I got this one the same time that I picked up the Shane XO palette, and I don't think that I've ever used this palette right here. Like, I think I've swatched it maybe a couple of times, but I've never really used it. I mean, it is a beautiful palette, and like the shadows are pretty pigmented, but I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. And since I've barely used it, I think I'm just gonna give it to somebody else. So I'm just gonna set that over here in my giveaway pile. And then this Galaxy Chic palette from BH Cosmetics. Pretty much this stack is BH Cosmetics. I've had this palette for a while. It's kind of like a bunch of baked colored eyeshadows, and they're really pretty. Like, they have great pigmentation and everything, but this is like another one of those palettes that I never reach for, and I know I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna put this in my giveaway pile. Okay, this was another one of those palettes. I haven't really had it that long, but I never reached for it. It's another BH Cosmetics palette, and this is the Modern Neutrals palette. I did really enjoy this, like the first few months that I had it, but then it was like after that, I don't know, I just got kind of bored with it. So I'm just gonna give that away. And all of my BH Cosmetics 80 color palettes, I know that these are really popular with a lot of people, and I did a video whenever I first got these palettes back like 4 years ago. It's like a really old video on my channel, but it's still like a really high viewed video. But like, I've barely used any of these eyeshadows at all. This one and the other ones. This is the shimmer palette, the 88 color shimmer. If I could get it open without busting all the shadows. So yeah, this just has like a ton of colored eyeshadows that are shimmery. Never use it. I'm probably not going to. I mean, sometimes I think maybe I should hold on to it because maybe I'll do like a super colorful look or something like that. But honestly, I would rather give this to somebody else that would probably use it more, and maybe just get like that palette from Morphe, the Jaclyn Hill one. That one looks really beautiful, and I've been wanting to try that one out. So since I've never used this, and since I'm probably not going to, I'm just gonna give this one away. I mean, I think I did use it a few times in tutorials and stuff like that. And then this is just like the color matte palette, the 88 color matte. So yeah, I'm just gonna give all those away. Yeah, the 88 color matte eyeshadow palette. Okay, I feel like I'm starting to do a little better with getting rid of things. Maybe it's because I'm like getting in that let's get rid of stuff mode right now. So these are all of like my Wet n Wild 8-pan eyeshadow palettes. This was a limited edition one that they came out with several years ago. This is called Sparkle Till Morning. And this is a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. And I didn't really even use it that much. I don't know why, because it is really pretty and the shadows are really nice in here. But since it is limited edition and I can't really do tutorials with this anymore, I'm just gonna give this one away. And then this is another, I don't think they make this one anymore from Wet n Wild, but this is Blue Had Me at Hello. And I don't know why they stopped making this one, because this was such a gorgeous palette. And I know that this isn't made anymore, but I'm not gonna give this one away because I do still enjoy this one. I know it doesn't look like I've used it much, but I don't know, I can't depart with it just because it's so beautiful. The shadows are really pretty. So hang on to that. This was another limited edition palette they came out with called Drinking a Glass of Shine, which is so weird that they call it that because this palette is completely matte. It came out the same time that that Sparkle Till Morning palette came out they came out at the same time. But yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this one too because I can't really use it anymore. And yeah, and I don't use it hardly ever anymore. Now this one, you can tell I have loved this little palette so much, and this is the Comfort Zone palette. Wet n Wild still makes this one, and since I love it so much, I'm definitely gonna keep this one. So I'm just gonna set that over in my keep pile. And then this is their Petal Pusher. This is the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher palette. And I still enjoy this one and they still make it, so I'm going to keep this one as well. This first palette here was sent to me from Japanesque, and I don't know, I did swatch it. It seems like a pretty decent palette, but I don't know, I was never really that drawn to it, and since I haven't used it that much, I think I'm just gonna give it away to somebody else. So I'm just gonna put that in my giveaway pile. This was another palette that was sent to me from Deck of Scarlet, and it has like the eyeshadows and blush on one side and like these lipsticks on the other. If I can even get that to stay up. And the colors in this are really beautiful, and I did enjoy this blush color right here, but this isn't like a complete palette. Like you would have to use this with another palette to make it work. And I think because of that, it just kind of turns me off. I mean, it is a gorgeous palette, and I am really thankful that Deck of Scarlet sent this to me, but I never use it, and I know I'm not going to, so I'm just gonna give this away to somebody that I know will use it. I mean, it is a beautiful palette. I love the packaging on this, but I have so many palettes as it is, so yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that. This here is a bunch of NYX single eyeshadows, like they're hot singles, in my MAC eyeshadow palette. And I depotted all these and all that jazz, but like I never ever use these. I don't know why. I guess because I'm so sorry about the cars. I feel like they're so loud right now. I just feel like I have these colors in so many of my other palettes, so I never reach for these. So I think I'm just gonna give these eyeshadows away. So yeah, I'm just gonna put these in my giveaway stack. And once again, I have a bunch of like colored ones in this MAC eyeshadow palette. These are, sorry, I have like such a glare on this. This is a bunch of those NYX hot singles as well. So, or it's not really a bunch, but several. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these because I never use these colors. Okay, this one here, this does have a mix of like MAC eyeshadows, and up here you have like some Jane eyeshadows, and I also have like a few Makeup Geek eyeshadows in here too. So this palette here, I do use it sometimes, like as you can see, like my MAC eyeshadows I have used quite a bit. So I'm gonna hang on to this one because I do use it from time to time, and I do really enjoy these shades in here. I especially like this kind of palette, or like this one here, to use on like other people whenever I do like wedding makeup and stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to that. And this also has like a mix of different eyeshadows in here. It has MAC and Makeup Geek. And then some of these ones down here, I think these are like Makeup Academy. Yeah, MUA. I'm gonna keep this one because I do enjoy these eyeshadows in here, and I do like my MAC eyeshadows. I'm not gonna get rid of those, or my Makeup Geek. So yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that. And then this here was just like a Tarte palette. It's kind of like the Z palette, but it's from Tarte. This has a bunch of like Makeup Geek eyeshadows up here that are duochrome. And then I have some other random eyeshadows down here. I'm gonna get rid of those down there, but not like my Makeup Geek ones. I'm gonna hang on to those. I have a few Makeup Geek eyeshadows here in this Ode MAC eyeshadow palette. It's so dirty. And I'm gonna keep those as well, so I'm just gonna sit those over there. Okay, and then I'm just coming back to like those eyeshadow palettes that I couldn't decide if I was keeping or getting rid of. And then I also was just kind of looking over the eyeshadows that I was gonna keep, and then I weeded out some more. So I decided that I'm gonna get rid of these Wet n Wild eyeshadows. Like, I never really wear these kind of colors that much. With these palettes, I decided with the Sleek, this CoverGirl, both of these CoverGirl ones, even though I do like these, I'm gonna get rid of them just because I'm trying to like get rid of stuff, and I have a ton of palettes I'm keeping already. So I'm just gonna put those in my get rid of pile. And then with this e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette, I decided that I am gonna keep this for now, just because I don't have a lot of good drugstore mattes, and this is a really good drugstore matte eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna hang on to this for now. So I'm gonna put this in my keep pile. These are all the eyeshadow palettes that I'm gonna be keeping. Which it seems like a lot, but I feel like I'm getting rid of just as much as I'm keeping, so I feel like I did a pretty good job of decluttering. And then these are all the palettes that I'm going to be giving away to friends or donating. So as you can see, like, I am getting rid of a lot. And I also decided at the last minute, I'm gonna get rid of this Wet n Wild palette. Even though I do enjoy it, I don't really use it that much, and it is discontinued. So even though the quality of the eyeshadows are really good, I'm just gonna put it in my giveaway pile just because I know I'm not gonna use it very much. So that is this declutter video completed. I hope that you guys did enjoy this, and like I said, I will be letting my friends go through this and pick out the things that they want, and then what they don't want, I will be donating. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments which part of my makeup collection you'd like for me to declutter next. So yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.